What's good with it? It's G-tunez Reactions back with another Money Making Mondays video. So today I'm going to be reacting to a video talking about how to start an Airbnb business. Looks like this person's channel's name is Noelle Randall. You know what I mean? Haven't heard of her before, but when I looked this up, this was the first video that actually popped up. Okay, so like how what I try to do with Money Making Mondays videos is just give ideas of ways to make money in this day and age in 2021. Okay, and all the things that you should be doing if you're trying to pursue financial freedom, the business opportunities you can hop into, the things with credit that you should already know and be doing, the things that you might not know that you do have access to and should be doing, and smart ways to move with your money as well, and investments. So that's what I try to do with these Money Making Mondays videos. Okay, so if you're new to my channel and haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure to do it. Hit the like button and also the notification bell to stay notified every time I drop a video. But let's go ahead and hop up into this.
These niggas frost on the leaf. Soon as they hop up and leak, sticks up. You thought this shit came with some teeth. Tell them ride the way surfboard.
This is probably the best opportunity that exists in real estate right now. I will tell you, I literally had over 42 rental properties. When I first started in real estate investing, I started with wholesaling, then I went to fixing and flipping, and then I got rental properties. Eventually, I was able to amass enough rental properties with enough rental income to quit my job. It was awesome. I had a lot of properties though, and a lot of long-term tenants. I would mostly do tenants that were in the properties for a year, and they would pay me each month. That was the business that I did, and that was working well for me. However, it was one of my students, this 18-year-old kid, that changed my life. He literally put me on to Airbnb. He was one of my students, and he asked me to invest about $8,000 so that he could rent some apartments in the Florida area. He told me that he was going to furnish them and put them on this new thing called Airbnb, and he could make more than 3 times what I was making on my rental property. I'll be honest with you, at first I didn't really believe him, and I was very skeptical, but I was very, very wrong. After about 2 months, he was making nearly $1,000 to $1,500 per month in profit on each of those units, and he had 5. I couldn't believe it. I was sold. Eventually, I realized that I could start transitioning my portfolio.
Yeah, this all sounds like very compelling and persuasive, but you know, I want to hop into the details of this business. So let's scroll up about a minute.
Minus out the mortgage, I was making nearly $2,000 per month on my property, especially now that I know how to get my occupancy rates up. So instead of renting the property for only 14 or 15 or even 21 nights per month, I now am able to rent my properties 28, 29 days out of the 30 days. And our income has skyrocketed. So not only am I making more per night, I'm also able to increase my occupancy and get my rates up a lot faster than other people. Additionally, that 18-year-old taught me something that I did not know before. He taught me that I could actually rent properties and put them on Airbnb. I'll tell you how to do that. So now that you understand the general concept of how to start an Airbnb business, remember, there are more sites than just Airbnb. There's HomeAway, there's Vacation Rental by Owner, there's actually tons of sites, including Booking.com and so many others. In fact, if you stay to the end, I'll give you an entire free booklet on how to do this. So the first step to starting an Airbnb business that you need to know is you're going to need a property. Now, like I said, you do not have to own a property in order to put it on Airbnb. Now, of course, you're going to need the owner's permission to do so, and you're going to have to follow all of your local rules and regulations. You can literally look them up. I'm sorry, I don't know every single city, and in some cities, you're correct, it is prohibited, but in most cities and states, it is allowed. So just make sure that you check your local guidelines. So now let's talk about the properties.
All right, that's something that's real big, you know. With a lot of businesses nowadays where you're renting things out, you realize that you don't actually have to fully own the things that you're renting out. You know what I mean? Whether it be a car or an apartment complex or a house. You know, because that's like a big misconception, is like, oh, well, unless I fully own this car, I probably won't be able to rent it out. If it's on the lease, unless I fully own this house, I won't be able to rent it out. But nah, like things that you lease, you can lease them out just as well. And I know there's like, I've been noticing pushes like on some people's channel, like more older people, like a lot of them really don't get, you know what I mean? Really don't get it. I've been hearing a lot of like older people talking about don't be leasing stuff and credit, and I mean like do not take their advice, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing that that's not the information that I'm really gonna try to pull from people like that until I realize that, you know what I mean, okay, they actually are more with the times and understand what's going on, you dig? So don't fall for those people talking about oh, you're gonna be in debt off of taking loans and you ain't never gonna pay them back, and don't be leasing this stuff out, try to buy everything whole. That's not how you make money nowadays, you know what I'm saying? And it never really was, honestly.
Almost any type of property will work on Airbnb. I literally used to think that you needed to have a property that was near the beach or near, you know, like this Caribbean island or something like that. But that is absolutely not true. I have Airbnbs now in Atlanta, Charlotte, you know, we have some in Florida and pretty much every city. We even have done Airbnbs in states that you wouldn't expect, like Connecticut, Massachusetts, Indiana, almost every state in the United States, okay? And the thing is, it's so available because so many people are looking for Airbnbs and people are moving away from the hotel situation. Airbnbs allow people to stay in beautiful homes that will give them more space. They're able to go grocery shopping and save money on food. They don't have to go to restaurants. Families can bring all of their families and they're not cooped up in a little hotel room. And the price for a hotel room is about the same as an Airbnb. So think about this for a second. Would you rather stay in a small hotel room, or would you rather stay in a full home or apartment or a condo? The decision is actually pretty easy, and now you can see why Airbnb is so popular. So now let's talk about how you get your first Airbnb property. Like I said, you can even take a property that you have ownership in. If you own a property, you can literally transform your property into an Airbnb and actually go stay with a friend for a weekend just to see how it works out for you. I literally have a student, she's a teacher, and every single summer she puts her properties on Airbnb. In just the 6 weeks, she makes $7,000 profit on her property. It's an amazing opportunity. She goes and she stays with her mother, her child's grandmother, and they spend the summer there, and she rents her property out on Airbnb and makes $7,000. Again, you do not have to own the property, but if you have a property that you live in and you want to test this out, starting with your own property is a great way to start on Airbnb. If you don't have a property that you own, let's talk about how you can rent one and do this legally. If you want to lease a property, again, a property that you don't own, and still put it on Airbnb, there is a way. Let's start with what you're going to need to do before we get to the property itself. So go ahead and make sure that you set up a real business. Go ahead, name your business, get an LLC or S Corp or a C Corp, again, register it with the state, get a professional phone number, a professional email, an EIN number, and a professional website. Essentially, start a business on paper. This will allow you to get into a loophole called corporate leases. And that is where apartment complexes or private landlords will rent the property to your business, and then you can put those properties in your business's name, and then you can put the property out to your clients. Now, there are some places, of course, that will not allow you to put them on Airbnb, but if you have a business, it's a lot easier to have that conversation with them, and we've convinced many different property owners to allow us to use their properties and make profits on. You can.
So yeah, it looks like that is the way around it. A lot of, I don't know if it's a lot or definitely some places are not going to allow you to rent from their apartments and then put you on Airbnb and then put it on Airbnb. But like she said, some places will allow you to just rent and then also put that place on Airbnb. But this, what she was talking about here is that if you make your own business, you know what I mean, make your LLC, that will give you leverage in talking with complexes that aren't willing to allow you to put their apartments on Airbnb. But pretty much once you make an LLC and all that, you're able to probably convince them, since you have leverage with your own business. You know what I'm saying? So that's good information right there. Oh, I rewound the video.
The state, get a professional phone number, a professional email, an EIN number, and a professional website. Essentially, start a business on paper. This will allow you to get into a loophole called corporate leases. And that is where apartment complexes are absolutely free. Did you know that? It's a simple process of setting up an account to be a host, because there's two different types of people searching. Obviously, there's guests that are traveling for vacation and work, and then there are hosts, people that have properties that guests can come stay at. You will go ahead on Airbnb and you will set up your profile as a host. You don't even need a property when you first set yourself up as a host. Once you get your first property, all you need to do is go in there. They will walk you through step by step how to list your property. They'll give you suggestions on how much to price your property for. You can put your calendar out there. You can sync it with your phone, and you literally can run your entire Airbnb business right from your phone. You'll need to make sure you have someone to clean your properties and do little minor maintenances in case anything happens. Another awesome thing about Airbnb is they literally have an insurance policy. I know some of you are thinking, oh my gosh, well what if someone comes there and they just destroyed the property? Well, Airbnb actually makes...
Alright, so I'm going to end the video off right there. It looks like there's only about a minute anyway. But, yeah, I mean, we all pretty much get the gist. I hope you guys found this video valuable. And that's just the thing nowadays, man. Like, the way things are set up, there's so many different ways to make money if you're just willing to put in the time to just learn a few things here and there, because most of the stuff can be done from your phone anyway, you know what I'm saying? So that is it for another Money Making Mondays. If you're new to my channel and still haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also hit the notification bell to stay notified every time I drop a video. But catch you on my next video. I'm out.